All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So we have a report coming out from Diana Rossini of The Athletic stating that the Pittsburgh Steelers are, quote-unquote, open to listening to offers for wide receiver Diontae Johnson. Now, Diontae Johnson has always been one of my favorite players from afar. Is he elite? Is he a top five, type of wide receiver in football? Is he challenging Devontae Adams and, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase up at the top? No, he's not. But there's something about his skill set that I just always gravitated towards. Just watching him, I kind of felt the same way about Le'Veon Bell, back with Pittsburgh. There's just something about when he has the football in his hands, he makes plays. The yards after catch, the quickness, there's just something there that I really, really like. In fact, he was actually at Toledo and was one of my favorite draft prospects at that time. And I mean, man, it's just really cool to kind of see him, hit the NFL and just turn into this, super just explosive player, again, with the football in his hands. Now, again, he's not a perfect player. He does have some flaws. He does have some weaknesses. Number one, he tends to have this, I don't want to say ability here, but he tends to go horizontal too much, in my opinion. Just instead of just getting upfield, getting those maybe the quick, easy, short yards, sometimes he'll almost go backwards, right? Or too much dancing around. Now, sometimes he does it and it works and it's awesome. He can pick up extra yards with them. I'm talking about catching a slant pass, and instead of continuing, his direction, he'll almost try to undercut the defensive back, right? To undercut, maybe take two, 3 steps closer towards the line of scrimmage to try to loop around him and, create a bigger game, again, with those yards after catch. So sometimes he does that. And of course, the drops we do have to factor in. There's a reason here why Johnson is not the number one wide receiver on the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. There's a reason why the Steelers are listening to trade offers for him, right? But with that said, Johnson's coming off a season, 5 touchdowns, over 700 receiving yards. I do feel like he really would fit the Nathaniel Hackett system. And depending on the asking price, I would like the Jets to be involved here, right? Now, we look at Johnson's contract. I believe he's owed just over $15 million for this season alone. And then in 2025, he's an unrestricted free agent, right? So playing on a 1-year, not necessarily a prove-it deal, because he's already proven that he's a capable player, but a 1-year contract, right? So if he wants to double dip and go get, another big money multi-year contract, he's going to have to produce this season. I think that's the bottom line. Now, again, if the compensation is just a mid-round pick, I would do this. But, if Pittsburgh's looking for a second round pick, obviously we don't have one. Not trading the 10th overall pick here, not in the slightest. Third round, it's a bit interesting to kind of think about, because you could always make the argument, well, who's at the end of the day, based off percentages, what's more likely? The third round pick coming in and being better than Diontae Johnson, being a better NFL pro than Johnson, or not? And I think the percentages, the probability says no, Diontae Johnson's probably going to be the better player. The downside, of course, the money that we're going to have to pay him. He's going to be on the 1-year contract, so if the Jets don't want to re-sign him, then all of a sudden he's just out on the, unrestricted free agent market, kind of like Jacksonville with Calvin Ridley this season. Of course, Ridley could go back to Jacksonville, but we'll see what happens. And I will say this, I'll end the video off with this. I do feel like there might be better fits out there for New York than Johnson, but I do, from a personal standpoint, like Johnson's ability in games. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.